Or this TV show.
Here we are. And yes, here we are again with another episode of Do You Remember This Movie? And tonight,
TV show.
Hey, dang it, every time, or this TV show. Tonight we do have two new movies. These were both pretty enjoyable for me to watch, if I do say so myself. But I'd really love to hear. Well, first off, hi Cam, hi Trent. I'm just not even going to introduce you guys this time. Yeah. Everybody knows who you are. That's why they come into the show. But Cam, if you could give us a little brief synopsis of the first movie we're going to be talking about tonight.
Now it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
All right, folks. Our first movie tonight goes as follows. In this hilarious family comedy, a bunch of wacky little toys get turned into government operatives, and you'll never guess what happens next. Kirsten Dunst stars in...
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah?
That's not this one.
What? You guys watch Small Soldiers, right?
No. We watched Toy Soldiers, dude.
It's...
Oh, dude, I thought this was
weird
right up
because I have
Corey's
Small
alley.
Soldiers right here on DVD, but no.
Oopsie.
Well,
Oh yeah.
you guys didn't happen to also watch Toy Soldiers this week, did you?
I did watch that one.
Okay, well, we can just pivot to that then.
Okay, cool.
Here. I just have a document with just random synopses. All right, Toy Soldiers. A man trying to live up to his father's legacy stars as the hero in this hilarious family comedy. He thinks he knows it all, but he's about to get taught a lesson he won't soon forget.
I love that cover art on that one. I didn't see that one. The only one I saw was like it was the faces, but it was like a bluish gray.
Oh yeah,
it's uncanny. That's gonna sound so scripted. That's actually what I wanted to talk about before we got into who's in this movie. So I had a hard time. I wanted to find the box art that I knew from when I would rent this movie, but I can't find it. So I have a very, very good memory when it comes to this kind of stuff. And so, so here's my DVD copy of it. I never saw this cover before, ever.
Get it closer. Okay, yeah.
I never saw this cover before. Like this is just like when I ordered this and I got this, I was like, oh, weird, right? But the cover I remember, it looks a lot like this one that we're seeing here, but it had this logo. So I found a poster for this movie. It had this logo.
Oh wow!
Where it had like toy in like a script font, and then it said soldiers. So where is the VHS box art? I mean, I found one that was very close, but it had watermarks on it, and so I wasn't gonna promote that guy.
It's not this one.
No. So I'm going to show you the first one real quick again. So this was the original art where you have the you can see my mouse now. You can see the guys. You can see the actors in the movie, but you also see the helicopter and the school, right? And you don't see that in that black and white one.
No,
right? And but this is not the original logo. This is not it. And it makes me angry. So as you can see, I don't know if it cut off on your guys' screen, but this is from the Laserdisc. But that's not the VHS logo. So
I like that one that you have up there. I think that's kind of a cool cover. Looking at the black and white one or like the blue gray one that, I never really looked at it too closely, but they have the drawing of the school and everything on the bottom, and they do have some helicopters on there too.
Oh, I didn't see that on the black and white one that I could find.
Yeah, like look at this.
Oh, like okay.
Yeah, there's a little drawing.
I kind of like this one though because this one makes you feel like it's like a Class of Nukem High type of movie, right? Like, Oh, it said when terrorists take over Regis High, they expected obedient hostages. What they get is a lesson they'll never forget. So,
I guess that one was easy.
Well, let's hit it. Let me tell you who's in this, huh? Little pick slide on that would have maybe next time. Well, first off, let's get into the actors that played these delinquents of bad behavior. So first off, you have Sean Astin, who plays the main kid. His name is Billy. His name is Billy in the show, but you probably know him more from his role from 50 First Dates. He played Doug in that movie. But more importantly, I'm pretty sure he was in like the one and only movie of kids in a cave ever, Stand By Me.
I was thinking like the Goonies.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
No, but I do agree with you that Goonies would be the first and only film that exists where kids are stuck in a cave with no.
Yeah, that's the only movie that I know of kids ever going into a cave. I got that mixed up. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up with our next actor in the movie. Will Wheaton is in this movie. He played Joey, but Cam, you probably know him more from his role as Bennett in the movie Flubber. Yeah, that was with Robin Williams, I think, right? You guys remember that movie at all?
Yeah, I do remember.
No? Okay, I feel like I got a blank stare from both of you.
No, it's right.
Do you remember this movie or what?
Show. I think Flubber's right up there with like Shawshank. You know,
definitely side by side with that.
But he was also in Stand By Me.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Will Wheaton. So funny is that we were talking about this before the show here, but we wanted to talk about the headmaster, Denholm Elliott, known for nothing because I didn't write anything down for him actually. So I don't know much about him. What would you think he's more known for, Trent? Anything off the top of your head?
For the Indiana Jones movies.
Indiana Jones, yeah. And then last but not least,
but I just if any of our viewers end up watching Small Soldiers, when you watch Toy Soldiers, you might be like, where do I know that headmaster's voice from? Like, because I don't think he looks much like Bro. I mean, because that was a good half a decade earlier. But yeah, I couldn't figure out where I placed him, and I had to go on IMDb and look him up.
You know, actually, I think I figured it out. I think Denholm's movie he's most known for is the TV movie from 1987 called A Child's Christmas in Wales. Not like in a whale, but like
in multiple whales.
In multiple whales, yes. Okay. Last casting crew I want to give out. Rest in peace to Louis Gossett Jr. He played the role as the dean. Is it Dean or the Dean?
The Dean.
Maybe he was Dean the Dean. That'd be a good role. But more importantly, he played Calvin in Jaws 3D. And then he also played in a movie called just has these on hand. I love it. He also played in a movie that we may be discussing at some point, possibly a movie called Enemy Mine. He was Zamith's. It's a tough one for me to say with all those S's and the slurs. But Zamith's mom.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, he was Zamith's mom. That is hard to say. Zamith's mom.
So those are our four main casting crew I wanted to shout out, and I'm hoping you brought us some clips because I really enjoyed this movie. And I would love to see which you got.
You know, and I don't want to like spoil the end of our episode here, but I really thought that Corey would like this movie and Cam would like the next movie. Was that close?
Yeah.
Was that
We will see with our scores. It's probably really close. Yeah.
All right. So let's get. Let me get the screen up here. What am I doing? Is this my first day? Okay. Okay. So the movie starts.
Wait, is this Small Soldiers? No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy that I had Small Soldiers like in arm's reach. Our audience would be like, "That was so planned." It really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Funny.
Two people I told that about this that I was watching Toy Soldiers. Literally, two people corrected me and said, "Do you mean Small Soldiers?"
I know.
I'm like, no.
Same here. But actually, I just bought this at Goodwill. Not for Small Soldiers, but to get the Explorers.
I feel like there's a missed opportunity. They need to pair these two movies together, and make like a camouflage like cover.
I don't know if other than the word soldiers, they have anything to do with each other.
They don't. But
it's up to us. It's up to us to tie them up. Okay, so the movie. So Cam already kind of went over with what this movie is about, but so I'm not going to dig too far into it. But the main bad guy is trying to get his papa out of the prison system in I don't know what country this is, I forgot, but they had already extradited him to the U.S. So right now he's at the courthouse in this other country. I think they say what country it was. I just kind of skipped that. But what I wanted to show here is that basically he's taking all these people hostage because he was trying to make the negotiation of, you get my father back and then everybody will be spared. But his father's already on a plane to the U.S. And so now he's kind of desperate, right? He needs to make his next move. But what I wanted to show here is, so what we're looking at right now is a TV screen, right? And we're going to zoom out of this TV screen. This is, oops, we went back too far. We'll start from there. So is there whatever country this is, do they not have a 5-second delay? Because this is, so you're watching the TV screen. There's the cameraman. TV screen. You're like, right? And it's live. It's live. Like that's like she's right on. She's right here and here.
It's a good observation.
Well, they throw her out the window. Like, I don't know.
They could say whatever the heck they wanted.
Real quick, I should have mentioned this because I'm a big horror movie fan. This guy right here, I'm gonna say his last name wrong probably, but Andrew Divoff. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But he's the Wishmaster in that Wishmaster series of all the horror movies. So I should have put that in my cast and crew. My bad. But yeah, moving on.
So I just wanted to follow up this scene here. Okay, so you always know it's a 90s movie if there's skydiving.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, this scene. dude, just I don't even know how to explain it, but it just looked like he was literally falling forever during this scene to me.
Well, what I don't like about this scene is, okay, I think it's funny when the stunt double doesn't match the guy, right? But I to call that out, I actually do.
Like that's just a dummy. I don't think that's a person.
I think it is a person. I think he's.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he's got a small shoot on there. But I mean, how much? Oh yeah, so look at that. That's totally a shoot. You guys kind of that's probably microscopic on your screen. But
it's a dot.
Yeah, it's just a dot. Yeah, but yeah, like I mean, how many movies had skydiving in the 90s? They that's the only reason I threw this in there.
In the opening scene too, like, and then just the fade, just the fade off.
Oh, so I included this. So here is the judge that he threw out the window, and here is his stunt double. It is just creepy looking. You know what? You might be right. That might not be a real person. Let's see.
That might be Pin with a beard.
Oh, that's a great call.
Pin with Kenny Rogers.
With Kenny Rogers' beard. Even better. Well
Okay,
played.
let's stop talking about previous episodes for a second. I want to show you this this entrance.
But if you haven't watched them, pause this now and go watch them and come back.
All right, so we're going to get completely away from our other episodes. I just want to show you the front of this private school real quick. This entrance.
Yeah. All right. I already know.
No, I'm here to pick up connections.
I totally saw that coming, dude. That was awesome.
I telegraphed that one a little bit.
Oh, when that scene happened in Toy Soldiers, there, instantly, I'm sure we all had the same thought, and clearly you did. But yeah, good editing. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Here to pick up Joey.
So I wanted to include this is a little, I kind of split this up. I wanted to show two things in one scene here, but I like that today's theme is adolescent smokers are, you just don't, they're terrible people unless you need them around for to get out.
Oh
of
yeah.
trouble. They're just, adolescent smokers are just a bad breed until you need one.
Is
right?
it just the one kid who was smoking? There were two of them.
Yeah, no.
Smoking isn't such a good idea, period.
See if I can get the volume to
The
come
more
up on these a
you
little bit.
know.
Yeah, right here.
Do you have any other smoking scenes in our clips tonight?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll leave that alone then. I don't want to say anything then.
Here we go.
I don't think that smoking when you have asthma is such a good idea, Snuff.
Smoking isn't such a good idea, period.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you already got asthma, might as well just double
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
I mean, that was my mentality.
Well, we learned at about this age, we learned that two negatives make a positive. So,
Always make a positive.
all right. So, I just wanted to clip this one thing. So he made mouthwash looking alcohol.
Booze. Yeah, alcohol. Yeah.
Right, but I just wanted to call out. This is kind of well-worn territory. Anybody who's ever seen this movie has actually. Anybody I know who's watched this movie has mentioned this to me. So this isn't really an original thought here.
This concept. It looks and smells and tastes just like mouthwash.
But he's going to mention how many bottles he sold.
I mean, we can keep liquor in plain sight in our dorm rooms, right? And the best part, I sold 8 bottles of this stuff for $35 a piece. We're rich.
Ooh, no, brother, you is a genius.
8 bottles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Don't want me to write that down. Remember that?
3.
All right, so here's where they got caught, and our best friend Louis Gossett Jr., who, by the way, okay, I know Corey already kind of talked about Louis Gossett Jr. a little bit. I think he's just an amazing actor. Like so many of the things I like, he's in it. But what I like is how many different types of characters he can play. Right? Like another movie, I'm not even gonna describe it. You can just guess it from the description. He's in this other movie, where there's like this kind of rebellious teenager. He has to help him take down terrorists. And it's called Iron Eagle.
I was like, wait a minute, isn't that? Yeah.
Hand it out.
This guy can do anything, is what I'm trying to tell you. Anything.
Anything.
So right in this scene, there he got caught, and so he knows that there's bottles around the school. So they've already collected one, right, at the door behind them, and now they're collecting the next one.
1, 2. Good.
There's the second bottle.
Where to next?
You made your point. I can't fake you out. Fine. I admit it. Don't put me through this anymore.
I'm sorry.
That was Sean Astin really delivered that line.
I will not have alcohol in my dormitories.
I'll get it. I'll bring it to you.
How many more are there?
8.
You better not lie to
8?
Yeah, no.
So I'm not going to call this a plot hole. It might be a plot oversight. Maybe he wasn't lying to his friends. Maybe he said I sold 8 for $35 a piece and then just gave 2 away randomly.
I mean, it could have.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
8.
And then he poured out the one that they were drinking down in the basement. Okay, but check this out. So there's the empty one this is from the basement.
Yep.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Actually, that was bad math. There's 9 in here. There's 9. Okay. There's 9 in here. But he said there was 8 more. So
because he had asked how many more are there, and he goes 8.
8.
He didn't ask how many total. Yeah, that was definitely an oversight, probably, in the script,
So the 8 that he said, the 2 that they had already gotten, and then the empty one from the basement is 11. My math right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fast forward right to the end, and then there's this one when they're underneath that when they're in the basement again, from when at the end of the movie.
Yep.
Where they're pouring it again. So is there 12 bottles? This whole I believe you. I know you can't lie to me. No, he just bold-faced lied to you. The movie tells us that he lied to you.
Oh yeah, no, he's never telling the truth.
So this, like I said, this is pretty well-worn territory because people always say doesn't he say there's 8 left when he said he sold 8? He should have said 8 counting the 2 you have, right? And then there's an X number of how many other ones that he didn't sell that are still on the premises.
How many do you have?
Yeah. And I included this scene not for any other reason than where was he supposed to throw the banana peel?
Of returning this furniture back to its original place. Pick up that banana
and throw it in a different garbage can.
One with a liner.
There you go. That's what it was. We're not savages at this school.
This is one of the best pranks you could do.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
it's so perfect too. I was very impressed with this scene, honestly, and these guys to be able to take all the stuff out throughout the night, put everything up in the lawn. With nobody seeing it go down. They literally have security at this school. Well, they have one guy at the front. He's probably talking
for now. For now, we have him.
For now, but just fantastic, and even the interaction that that Dean and the headmaster have here about how they could have been putting things in the toilet or cherry bombs in the toilet, and they're trying not to laugh at. I thought this was a great scene. Yeah. I did.
And then he has to eat the peel. Okay,
that's actually the most nutritious part.
So I wanted to show this scene just for the sake of I'm not saying anybody who drives a van is going to hold you hostage, but there is a correlation. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? What do you always? It's the classic Trent saying, not all stabbers steal, but all stealers stab. I remember the first time you told me that, I laughed so hard, and I'm like, oh wait, that was supposed to be like word for the wise.
Yeah, no, and I think you had it. I think you had it back. It's not, yes. Yeah, for those of you in the retail world, and you're wondering whether or not you should confront a shoplifter, a suspected shoplifter. My words of wisdom to bestow upon everyone is that you don't know what this person is. Are they a thief, or are they a homicidal maniac? Right. So
yeah.
So just in your head, if you can just remember that not everyone who steals stabs. But everyone who stabs steals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had it backwards.
I'm impressed that you remember that. I probably haven't said that in a good 6 years.
Hi, how you doing?
So I wanted to show this because, this is the dry cleaning truck. I know the difference between that and a van.
I still can't get over the fact that you put in over the top. All right, that was too good.
But yeah, so here's a van. What I'm saying is, a van pulls up to your driveway. I'm not saying, find something to arm yourself with. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that keep your head on a swivel. That's,
What was the first van? You said it was like a
dry cleaning
truck.
Dry cleaning. So like you see the dry cleaning roll up, you're like, oh, they're here. Why is there a creepy black van behind it though?
Well, and I would be questioning why a dry cleaning van was in my driveway. That would make me scared more than just a regular Chevy van. Making love in my Chevy van. But I'm just saying there's a correlation between people with vans and people who
crime doers,
terrorists
that target children under the age of consent. Okay. Moving on.
We need to get a Trent's PSA jingle.
Okay. I only include this scene because this is the only. I like this movie, and I'm picking it apart here, but I love this movie. But where do these people go?
That was a question I had as well. Like where's the faculty? They do say in the movie that they're going to release the faculty, but you don't see them ever.
Well, and
like
then,
right here you see them, but like, and then they come in and I'm probably giving too much away right now. They come in and they shoot, their guns in the air, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see one gun in here, but later in the movie, the whole pots and pans bit. There's cooks in the background.
I
don't know.
I guess you had to keep the cooks, and you had to keep the headmaster, and luckily Dean was gone.
I just feel like they so much is happening here, and also and there's a lot of kids here. I mean, there's 92 of them, right?
Yeah.
92 of them.
92.
And we get to meet exactly 7.
That's right.
I get 8. There's the kid that goes to the phone. So that guy is kind of the noticeable guy because he's like the white guy on their team, right?
To me, that's just a skinnier version of Walter from The Big Lebowski. That's all I could see.
But that guy, and you can see the other guys too, but that guy's really noticeable that he was in the other the ploy to get the judge, right? So I just wanted to bring it up that when you start seeing that they're the same guys, the same henchmen, or we're at 2 different venues to extract his evilness here. How do you get those jobs?
How do you get in? Like, do you think do you apply? Or are you just like, I'm angry too. Can I be angry with you guys?
Well, and what's the per diem? And is he has benefits?
Am I getting paid? Yeah, that's a great question. It really is.
Well, because
he doesn't quite fit with the rest of them.
Well, and also they're clearly full time. This wasn't this wasn't like he put an ad for temp service for a one-off deal. They traveled internationally, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That puts you in a whole different
with their
insurance scale of yeah. And we got to get passports. I mean, I don't maybe not these guys,
but they have a 401k.
Yeah.
Is that part of the deal?
And these guys aren't doing it for nothing.
Do you guys have insurance? Do you guys provide insurance for us? What happens if I get shot on the job?
I get that his dad is supposed to be this international terrorist that but nobody's that big of a fan of a terrorist.
That got caught.
All right.
What a loser.
What a loser.
All right. So and then this I do really have a problem with in this movie. I know it's the plot vehicle, but
yes,
it just seems so outrageous. I feel like there's about 40 ways you could have fixed this so it didn't seem so weird. So in the movie, they're going after Sean Astin and Will Wheaton's roommate, whose dad is a judge, right? To get the bad guy's dad out of this prison. But the Secret Service or whatever the Alphabet crew went and got that kid before the bad guys got there, and they put him into some secret hiding, right? So they got there too late, and he's outraged. He's like, oh, we paid so much money for this info, and he's not even here. And but the dude with the spectacles and the flannel comes out and goes, actually, you know what? This might not be that bad. We can salvage this. Look who's going to this school, right? So they get these dossiers on each student. Mm-hmm. And then
Chairman of the Armed Services Committee.
Okay, so I cut this scene apart a little bit, but
I did want to mention that character right there we see on the screen. That guy, yeah. So he did all this, and he learned a lot about being kind of like terrorists and stuff. And he actually went on to be a computer nerd and actually helped hijack the Nakatomi Plaza in Die Hard. And that's what he went on to do after this. He joined their group, actually. So you're wondering, how do you join? He hopped on board and...
Oh, these damn Nepo babies.
I can't take credit for that joke. My friend Greg told me that. So if he's watching this, there you go. Credit. That was a pretty good joke, I thought.
I think so, too. Okay, so he said, your dad's part of whatever organization. Okay.
Yes.
Trota, Joseph. Your father is Albert Trota of New York City.
Just New York City.
Yes.
Well, because it's father's like a mobster, right?
Yeah, I just think it's funny how they said a profession for each other guy, but it's just your dad, New York City.
Oh, I kind of thought that was I know, I know,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I also think it's funny, you get a group of high school age boys and they're actually responding to their real names. No one's swapping. You do me today, dude.
Oh yeah.
Totally confused the sub.
Yeah. That's what you're absolutely doing as a substitute teacher. Yep. My name's Veronica. Yeah, whatever. Okay. But here's where it gets so weird. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that these dossiers that are made up for each in the student file for these students says all of this about their parents, right? Okay, maybe.
Yeah, that makes the school seem more sinister than the terrorists.
Well, but even more so in this very scene. First off, they just beat up his friend.
And he got mad.
And then I like this.
Yes, he
friend
is.
of yours?
Well, tell your friend he's lucky I didn't shoot him.
Tell your friend who's 4 feet away from us. Yeah, moving on. All right, but here's my problematic line.
It would have been better if he would have said, "Hey, you're lucky he didn't shoot you." That would have been awesome.
Well, it would have been funnier if he said you're lucky I did, whatever, but in Spanish, because then it would imply that he speaks Spanish too. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
William Tepper.
What does your father do with...
Conveniently, right on the top of the pile.
Oh yeah, when he grabs. Yep.
He's a contractor.
It's freaking Walter, man. I'm telling you.
According to this, he owns the third largest construction company in the world.
So why would his student records say that his father owned... I mean, that's super weirdly specific.
The third largest construction company. It doesn't say the name of the construction company, or maybe he just knows, it said the construction company, so the guy just knows, well, that's the third largest one.
Yeah, I just think that we should be concerned more about the student, not, it just seems weird.
He's a contractor.
And I love this kid's haircut right here.
Yeah, he's a contractor.
Look at that cut.
Bad. Oh yeah,
that's
just a hat. No,
yeah, it kind of does look like a rug.
You can use that to trace a straight line, under.
You need a straight edge. There you go.
Okay. Okay, again, I'm just going to explain why I'm showing these scenes. We're going to get through them pretty quick, but Louis Gossett Jr.'s character here has like a, I don't know what this is. I don't even know how to describe this other than to show it to you. But I don't want to misdescribe this as if this is maybe it's a necessary thing that you have to do when you're a dean of a school, or maybe it's just some weird tick that this character has. But why do you have to look at him?
It's Frank Engel.
I just really wish so he says his name. I think it just would have been better if he said, "It's the security guard." Like if he just didn't say his name, like, oh, it's the security guard. just doesn't give him the light of day for his name.
We need you to identify this man.
It's our security guard.
That's
or like it's Old Man Rogers.
Yeah, something besides his name. Do you know who it is? Let me look. Oh, it's the security guard. Or just the security guard or something like that.
Thank God. I thought it was the headmaster.
Oh, it's just a security. That's why he's there.
Yeah, he knew what he signed up for.
Like,
when two vans come rolling in.
And they're like, look what a mess this made. Oh, there's a dry cleaning truck.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Okay, and then I forgot this actor's name. I'm gonna look it up right now. I got it. Okay, so check this guy out. Actually, I'm going to talk about both of these actors because I knew that Corey had missed them. Not because I'm anticipating your failure. I just knew
that purposely missed these guys. Actually.
Okay, I wanted to bring them up because I knew one of them you would. You guys are far too young. I'm too young to know, but I knew anyways. So check out this guy though. You might know him by this voice, and I'm really sorry about the volume. I'll fix that on the back half here. But
glad you could get here so quickly, Ed. My pleasure, Otis. I have troops taking up observation positions around the perimeter of the school.
You guys know this guy, right?
The voice sounds really familiar.
And an assault force in a staging area 5 minutes away.
All right, his name is R. Lee Ermey.
He played Ernie?
No,
I'm just kidding.
But okay, so he plays a army sergeant in the movie Toy Soldiers. But he plays the Sarge of the Soldiers in the movie Toy Story.
Nice.
Okay.
No, this guy is like the known army guy. He's from Full Metal Jacket.
Oh. Okay.
This guy, that's all he does. Pretty much is the army guy, right? But anyway, so maybe not as clever as Cam's Small Soldiers, Toy Soldiers.
He might have been in that too.
Well, we could have connected this movie with Toy Story because the word toy.
Exactly.
And because of
R. Lee Ermey.
Yeah.
All right. I only included this scene because I just wanted to, for anybody like maybe our female audience who don't know what teenage boys do. Yes, we hang out with each other in our underwear.
There's way too many underwear scenes, though.
Wait, you guys have panties on?
Oh, there's the joke of the night. That's the joke of the night. Okay. I really wanted to also show this scene that Will Wheaton, is it Sir Will Wheaton?
We can go with Sir Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
It's only one L, by the way. Will.
I don't know how to pronounce that any different.
Will.
So silent L. Okay, so I wanted to point out that I feel like this was his movie to get out of that image, the kid image that he has,
the Wesley Crusher image.
Yeah. So he gets all foul mouthy. I sanitized it for our show here.
Then what? Billy, he's got a machine gun. If we got a machine gun, we can shred this guy. Joey, You know, this machine gun stuff must run in mafia families. Son of a bitch!
Small
Ow! Joey! Come on!
Just so much underwear.
I like the Bob Marley shirt.
Brought to you by Hanes.
Back to that
Bob Marley shirt. Yeah, that was
Yeah, like a mobster's son. Just I don't want to be like you, Dad.
I want to live free, man.
the posters on their walls are it's a super time capsule of that era.
Well, and the triangle boomerang, right? I don't know if you saw that on the wall.
I didn't.
Go back a little bit.
Oh, it was in this shot?
It was, yeah. So if you keep going, just a little bit, right behind his head there.
Jumping.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
That's a little like triangle, like little frisbee, and you see them playing with one later. In the movie.
I saw that, and I thought it was a rack for billiards. It's a gentleman's game.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some of the posters that are in the two different rooms that we get to see are like Susie and the Banshees. There's a Bob Marley poster in one of the rooms as well.
There was a flat Earth map.
Well, no, yeah, but that map was using the Mercator projection, and everyone knows that's so passe. Come on,
kids and their wild ideas. All right, so I just wanted to show this guy's voice real quick here. This is the main guy who's negotiating.
Ma'am, in the first place, the FBI has no such policy.
You know, I don't expect you guys to know his voice. But
I know exactly who that is.
Really?
That's Joe Biden.
No.
I'm kidding. Go on.
Okay, so but you'll have to agree with me that his voice is soothing. It's just this is like this is the voice.
Close your eyes and listen.
Yeah, you would want him reading you a story.
I think Cam's eyes are closed already.
Your sons haven't been kidnapped.
All right, do you guys agree? Here, I'm gonna just back this up just a hair.
I'm gonna close my eyes this time.
Well, and I'm gonna go right.
In the first place, the FBI has no such policy. But beyond that, your sons haven't been kidnapped.
His voice has like just that right amount of gravel where you feel like you can trust him, right? Yeah. Like this is a voice like I want this on my like my product if I'm selling the product.
I love that. They're not
With
kidnapped.
Like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Dang, that is it's that guy. It's a Smuckers guy.
Oh, go back. Let me hear that again. It is the Smuckers guy.
Why don't you just give the guy what he wants?
They're being held hostage by a gang of terrorists.
With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Did he do the?
How did you know this?
Did he do the Today Show announcement for the people who turned 100 too?
I don't know.
I think that's the same guy. Goes like, congratulations to Betty from West Virginia. I think it's the same guy. Let us know down in the comments.
When I heard his voice, I was like, I don't remember I could not find the commercial I was thinking of in my head, where it's like, with natural ingredients and natural preservatives. Like I remember that line. I was like, and then I was like, hostages. Yeah, hostages, preservatives. This is the guy. All right. And like I said earlier, adolescent smokers are just bad news, except for when you need one, right? So here's our asthmatic smoker. By the way, I don't know this actor.
Did he say uncle?
Uncle.
No, shouldn't it be Tio?
I don't know my Spanish.
Say Tito.
No, isn't it Tio? Uncle? No, I don't know. Sorry.
Is that like tea, like drinking tea? Like, oh. Moving on. Wait. So I don't know this name of this kid this actor here, but what I like is that every movie I know him from, somebody's doing the dishes.
This is coffee.
I like that little subtle scene, that little subtleness right there.
Gotta rip a dart quick.
So yeah, you thought it was bad that he smokes, but you know what? He's moving this escape plan right along. I spliced this up. It's not as long as it feels. Here we go.
And the cigarette burns out.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. He could have just lit a match.
Yeah. But then it doesn't seem to bring any clarity about the whole smoking issue earlier.
Well, yeah, this is like 91.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was still up for debate back then whether it's healthy or not.
Well,
they're trying to play both sides.
Well, earlier though, like I think the second smoking scene, you see that kid when he lights up, because this is after like they got all put into a room. Which, by the way, they all got put in the same room conveniently. Yeah. Like he lights a cigarette up, whatever, and one of the other kids like takes it out of his hand, puts it out. He goes, "You can't smoke in here," and he's like,
"What are they gonna do? Kick me out?"
Yeah, I'm gonna kick me out. Like we have terrorists. Like I would have been smoking them all. Like smoke them if you got them, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, he should have taught those two little kids to smoke. I mean, what else do you have to do? You know. All right, I know I said I didn't have any issues with this movie, and then I keep bringing up more issues with this movie. Okay, so Sir Willis Wheaton is about to meet his demise here. But him and his what do you want to call it? Like a quick draw opponent here are only 15 maybe feet away from each other. Just look how many shots each of them take here for Will to be score a goose egg, and then the other guy scores like 4.
Okay. I love the sound effect on that.
But that was a lot of shots in a fight between two people that close.
Well, and Will Wheaton, like he had a couple shots, and then all of a sudden he lost control of his gun.
Yeah, he didn't anticipate the recoil. He should have looted the area a little bit and see if it could get more like barrel attachments.
So right after that scene, something that I should have texted you about. Sorry, I missed that one. I'm bummer. But right after that, so they all, they're gathering around him, right? And they're like, "Oh no, you're dead," But like the gun's right there.
Oh yeah. Like right underneath Sean Astin's character. I saw that too. Too.
He could like grab the gun, do something. But yeah, I just thought.
Well, would you? That gun's clearly defective. But it has a bent barrel, and it's not shooting anywhere where you want it to shoot.
Clearly, bent barrel, yeah.
And it has no barrel attachments either, so the recoil is just too much.
I also love in this next part that you can still, they still have like the blown up car just sitting out there, like, and there's the hood.
Well, that cleaning service was a dry cleaning service, not a totaled car service. I just want to show this. What is with his character of having
to look?
Believe as soon as my father is returned to me.
What a gawker, right?
You tell them that. You tell them that this one was an accident.
Oh man, a kid died. Ugh.
He was kind of
no, that was the kid.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just one of the kids.
Well, but he knows which kid it is before he got there.
Right, so you just have to verify and look at them.
Well, because they're nervous because okay, so for the viewers who haven't seen this movie, Will Wheaton's character, his father's is like this mobster, and the mobster got this message to the bad guy saying, "You let my kid go," and so he doesn't want to leave without his friends. So, but they're making him leave anyways, and then he gets a gun, and then the adventure continues.
He was being real stupid with that, like. Yeah. That was a bad move, and then you see what happens.
Well, and also he could have just left the place and hooked up with his other roommate. So he could have gotten where 2 of the 3 were still together.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and let's be honest. He probably could have then gone to his dad and said, "I need to get my friend to." things could have played out differently.
Yeah.
He just wanted to, be a hero.
Yeah.
You should never be a hero, kids.
Well,
unless you're watching Small Soldiers. No.
And really, who would want to leave this? We're getting even more naked in this scene.
Yeah, here's another underwear scene. Brought to you by Hanes. Or Fruit of the Loom, whatever.
Yeah, other underwear products are available.
Do you just show that scene just to show the fact that they're back in their underwear?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was going to be more to it.
I don't want to bring up our friends' names by name, but there's a young lady that we all worked with that was wanted to watch a movie once, and I loaned her this movie, and she went the next day when she handed it back, she's like, "Why are those guys in their underwear the entire movie?" Anyway, so
great question.
And I also clipped this scene for no real reason other than there's people on the top of this school shooting at anybody who walks in. So hey, parents and families, let's gather around. Let's get in close. This is a dangerous place to be. I don't know.
Let's get another helicopter in the movie. That was definitely from like a war movie right there. I'm sorry.
She had Fortunate Son playing. But these people like the media and family members are just asking for it, really.
Well, it's like, when you see the journalists in war zones and they have the little jacket that says press.
Yeah, there's
just also people who are like, my kid's in there.
Just a little sign, my kid's in there.
I clipped this scene just because this guy makes just like this is like the buzzer beater of the day here.
Yeah.
That was a fadeaway 3 right there. All right, we're at the end. This last scene. I love that they made it so that Louis Gossett Jr. didn't have to take the headshot. I like that really it preserves the innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh wait, that's right. He gets shot.
Does that mean I'm off pots and pans?
Oh, no.
So
You're going to get off that easy, do you? Huh?
I wish it freeze framed right here, and that was the end. I wish that was it.
That would have been good.
Blurry freeze frame.
Yeah, but that my problem with this is that we never found out the bottle situation. Like how many? What's the count? I need to know because that was the one scene that they locked eyes and they knew that they can trust one another, and that's what led to this escape. But it was based on a lie.
Right there would have been good too when he said, the pots and pans thing. If he would have grabbed and they would have been like a bottle of the
yeah, that's what I was
thinking. Take a little swing,
swing.
Like, I know you were lying.
Or what if Louis Gossett
I bought
Jr.
the 9th one.
Yeah.
What if Louis Gossett Jr. actually just pulled out like a bottle of Dawn, like dish soap, and he drinks it? He's like, I got my own scheme.
Yeah,
I got my own.
No, I like that they laugh here, because it's okay. We just saw a bunch of people die, including your friend, but let's laugh it off. Laugh it off. Let's get back to your studies.
You rascal.
I think the person who got it worse in this one was the security guard. Honestly, though, like, kind of feel bad for him. You didn't need to die. Just, I don't know.
He did pull the gun. They said we mean you no harm, and he was like, well.
They say we mean you no harm as they're like pulling out a newsie.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're telling him to get in the truck.
Oh, they were telling. Okay, he should have just gotten the truck.
Well, that's how they all joined.
You just give him the cup.
Oh,
that's
how you join.
That's how you join. That makes
you start as a security officer.
That way, you know they already have experience. You know that their loyalties aren't aren't great, so you can manipulate that.
Yeah.
They probably have a CDL.
It's like how much they paying you, and they're like, I don't know, like $15 an hour. Like, we get $16.
Yeah.
With benefits.
With benefits.
And all the cafeteria food you can eat. You ever walk by that cafeteria? Some good eating.
It's all yours now. We got that one kid on pots and pans back there, so we know they're getting clean.
And that kid does not lie.
He's definitely the most honest one here.
No, I agree with you, Corey, that I feel bad for that guy because they're messing with his nightstick earlier, and that's his own,
What a great idea, though. If you guys are open some weekend, you guys want to hijack like a prep school, hold a couple kids for ransom, I think we could get some money.
And then this is how we got arrested before this episode ever aired.
Yeah. So is it a prep school? Or is it like a delinquent school? It's like
it
kind
can't
of
be a delinquent school because those parents were super concerned.
I was trying to figure that out because, I guess it was a reject school, wasn't it?
Well, so
they spray painted it.
I had actually just had that exact conversation last night with what kind of school is this, and I the answer is I don't know. It's not clear, and it's also what state is it in? And so yes, I'm
guessing Rhode Island.
I rewatched this movie last night to see what the license plates say, and the only license plate you can see is the cop car that gets blown up, and it says government use.
Bastards.
I mean, okay, that's all I saw. Somebody else has an
I would agree.
85-inch TV. They might know something I don't.
I was only watching on a 55, I think. So I must have missed it. Cam.
Weird flex, but okay, man.
The 55? Or do you have an 85?
I took out a wall. It was load bearing. So that actually worked out great because now I have a full screen that goes into my neighbor's apartment.
We watch movies together. It's fun.
My neighbors, like 2 houses down, like one house, like there's a house between us and a yard between us. I don't know what size their TV is. But if anybody knows where I live, they're just gonna break into this guy's house and steal his giant TV. But his TV is so big, and it's like yard away, right? I can tell when he's watching like Twins or Vikings. I can see with the score. I can read the score.
Oh my God.
Right? His TV lights up my neighbor's yard.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's my TV.
They're mowing their grass at night because of the TV on.
And I tell you, if he's just doing that to make other people jealous, succeeded.
It's worse.
Success. Yeah. So that's toy soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday we'll talk about small soldiers. You never know.
I hope not.
We'll give our final thoughts at the end of it, and our rankings.
Rankings.
But that's only the first movie we're talking about tonight. We still got one more.
And once again, it's time for the Synopsis with Cam. The Synopsis with Cam.
Oh boy, do I have a good one for you folks. All right, next movie we're going to be talking about is Fortress. This one's got a little personal connection for me. So when I was growing up, there was an elderly woman in my hometown that grew up in Australia. She always told me that Christmas down under was very different from here in the States. She'd tell me, Cam, down under Christmas happens in the summer. It's a wonderful time of year where children go into caves to hide from Father Christmas. That's what they call Santa down there. And his cat and 2 other characters I can't remember. Then she would show me her list of confirmed kills from back in the day, and we'd share a nice cup of tea. Rest in peace, Ruth.
That was wonderful.
Not only was that an incredible synopsis, but it was also the world's record for longest Australian accent impression without saying shrimp on a bobby.
Yeah.
I am the biggest Cam fan. ever. So yes, we're doing a movie about movie Fortress. Sometimes I'm envious of this our next host here for getting to do all the cast and crew, but with this one, I think I dodged a bullet. Here we go.
Oh, you definitely did. You definitely did dodge a bullet on this one because, there's a lot of big name actors and actresses in this movie. Some that have gone on to much higher things than Fortress. Some even played in the movie Matrix, and that would be the character from this movie, Tommy. His real name is Mark Aiden Gray, but he played Choi in Matrix. You remember that, right, Trent?
No, I've never seen The Matrix. As much as people that will just, cringe.
I feel like I need to put sunglasses on for The Matrix, right?
You're gonna force me to one up you one more time.
What do you have? Oh my god!
It's crazy.
It's the bad guy from Stay Tuned. Just joking.
It's crazy. It's crazy glasses guy day here. So I just had to take part.
Who else do we got? We got a real big name in here. Asher Ketty. I believe I said their name right. Does that sound? Yeah, Asher Ketty. She played Dr. Carol Frost in X-Men's Origin Wolverine,
which is probably the most highly regarded of the Marvel movies, right?
I mean, of Marvel or the X-Men movies. I mean, obviously X-Men is Marvel, but should we do X-Men movies sometimes? Anyways, and last but not least, Rachel Ward. She plays the main character in this movie, Sally. But more importantly,
you wouldn't consider Father Christmas the main character?
Okay, the second or third main character then. Okay. The teacher. But more importantly, you and everyone else in the world probably remember her from Sharky's Machine. And she played how do we say the name again? Domini.
Here we go.
Domini. Okay, so she played Domini. Is that Irish? Is that Italian?
Yeah, it's Irish.
It's definitely Irish, right? I mean, I could go on and on with the cast and crew from this movie, but I don't want to take the whole podcast up. So, Trent, if you have some clips for us, let's get right into them.
Yeah. First off, I do not know of the original box art for this movie because this movie. There's two things that people remember this movie for. Like when you bring this up, if you find somebody in the world who knows this movie, there's one of two things that they'll mention. It's one of the two, no doubt, every single time. So I'll bring up one a little bit later in the movie, but the first is if you saw this movie when it kind of came out in the mid 80s, this was kind of a status symbol. Because if you watch this, it's because you had HBO, right? When HBO was real at that time was considered a real extravagance to an extra non-necessary expense. And so we had it at our house, but we were in the 1%. But I've never seen this box art because I watched it on HBO. So to take a little a trip back in time to this era, this was played nonstop on HBO. This was a rival to TBS playing The Beastmaster. You just could not get away from this movie. But I loved it. And I'll tell you, I actually had this recorded onto VHS tape because I was like, one day I'm going to turn on the TV and it's not going to be there, and I need this in my life. But
on demand.
Yeah, so I've never seen this box art, but I love this tagline here. The innocents have tasted blood. And they liked it.
Oh, did you see the other cover? I got another tagline.
Okay.
This is A teacher and her class are kidnapped. A whole town held to ransom. The terror began the day Santa came to call.
Oof.
That's the I am the B cover.
That's a really funny cover.
Yeah. I like these taglines.
Oh, dude, it's I didn't get a chance to read on the Toy Soldiers. There weren't too many good ones.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Ralph, right as I get into these clips here, there's not a lot to like criticize in this movie.
Like I said, there's not a lot to like. Period.
Oh no! I'm not gonna be ridiculous and say it's a top 10 movie for me, but I bet it's a top 20. Right?
Like your bottom top 20?
No, I like this movie a lot. But I have so many questions, and I don't know enough people that know this movie to be able to really have a discussion. So that's why I wanted to share it with you fellas. So okay, this is right off the beginning. So this is our heroine, right? And so this is like a country school that she teaches at, like a one classroom, like Australian Little House on the Prairie style school, right?
Well, that's how they do it down under.
So she lives at the house of two of her students, right? Like with their parents, and she just like gets a room and board there, and
normal.
Yeah, and so the movie kind of starts with. I'll bring it up in a second, but I just want this scene it's kind of a throwaway scene if you don't think about it. She's looking off. Actually, I'm cut. So of the first 1,000 watches of this scene, I thought she was noticing this truck that drives by, and that maybe that truck has the kidnappers in it. But I don't think that anymore. I did because the music gets kind of
a little foreshadowing.
Right, because you have that string sound there, right? So It's kind of scary.
If it said anything like cleaning crew on the side, we definitely know that would have been the bad guys.
Or if it was a van.
Or if it's just a van in general.
But look at her face here. Right? Corey, I think you might want to sit up a little bit. My box, the screen is blocking you.
Yep.
You look like you were kind of.
He was trying to join the scene.
Let me.
Corey gets the center spot, but he has to share it with the clips. That's the punishment and the trophy all in one.
Okay, you can avoid my double chin, kind of. No.
I think that. Right in the beginning of the movie, she gets up because the one boy, the student, shoots a fox and wakes up the whole house, and then she finally gets back to sleep, and then the mom's yelling at the kids to get ready for school, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll get up, and then she goes and takes a shower, and the dad turns on the water, and she gets zapped with cold water, and then her and the mom are kind of talking over breakfast, and she's like, there's a holiday coming up in 2 weeks, are you going anywhere? And she's like, no, I don't have anywhere to go. And she's like, well, it sucks to have your job. I mean, she really kind of says that. And so I think this
you
scene.
Teach my children, but it sucks to have your job.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, loser.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't like my kids. You know what? The only people that like my kids are these 4 guys that in town that wear animal masks. Okay, so I just want to say, like, I think she's looking at this train as, where's this train going? Is it going somewhere better than this? And I don't mean this as a joke. I look at her face. She's a good actress.
Cue the Littlest Hobo theme song.
She was actually just thinking that while she was on set because she didn't want to be there.
Well, see, yeah, that look right there was a look of despair. Like I guess that's not what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go to this classroom. And so
I missed what Cam said.
Let's cue the Littlest Hobo theme song. I'm sure Trent saw that on TV as a kid.
The Littlest, that's like from the 20s, dude. Like,
that's 10 years before me. Come on.
10, yeah. I was born in the 30s.
I was already in college. All right, here we go. So there's some foreshadowing here. That okay, like I said earlier, I think I had a feeling that Corey was really gonna like the last movie and that Cam was really gonna like this one. From somebody, because Cam's a little bit more of a film, like I don't want to say critic, but I think you appreciate some of the work on it more than Corey and I do. I think. No offense, Corey. I just think that you look at it from a different perspective than some of us do. The rest of us do. But I love the foreshadowing in this just all in the opening number here.
Yuck.
So they're picking apart a dead animal here.
Mommy, you always spit on a dead animal. For luck.
Okay, and then this is genius. This is so genius. So this little girl is on top of, like, I think she's on top of like the swings, like the support for the swings. And she actually sings 2 songs while she's up there.
Animal.
Right?
For luck.
Here we go.
It's your turn, Tommy. Oh, who said the engine driver? I don't care.
So she sings the song that he has a part to sing, right? And that's the scene later when they're in the van. I didn't clip it, but where they had stopped the van so that the kids could, use the restroom, or go in the woods, whatever. And then the teacher tells Tommy, run, you just run, right? They're not going to remember. Those guys can't count, right? And so he runs, and then when she's trying to calm these kids down when they get back in the van, they sing that song, and it gets to that part, and his brother Sid has to sing the line because that's his line, right? And she goes, "No, you're singing Tommy's line." And then that's how the kidnappers knew that one of them got away. Anyway, what a great foreshadowing, because it took 0 time and it's 0, and they also didn't like highlight it too much. But then also she sings this little song.
Oh, great kid. Straight to him.
So she sings the "I'm the king of the castle, you're the dirty rascal" with just pure innocence. Because we're still in the beginning of the movie. Nothing's happened to these children that you wouldn't want to happen to anybody, at this point.
They're just normal Australians at this point. That's a good scene.
More foreshadowing, right? This is like their little science lab. I read a news clipping from the New York Times of when this movie was released. And they're like, shame on HBO for making such a trash movie. They did all of this to see Rachel Ward topless, and in front of kids nonetheless. This is just pure trash. And you know what? This movie has some intelligence to it. It's just, in this kind of like B movie, it's horror movie type of genre it is in. What were you expecting, I guess? But this is next level. This is, in my opinion. You guys can disagree. I wanted to point out. Let's see here. So he's sleeping. So this adventure they're going to endure here. He didn't get any sleep last night. He was hunting that fox. I'm just kind of giving him a couple more credits there. Right? All right, so here we get to meet the bad guys.
All right, children.
I love this the cat guy, right? Mm-hmm. Number one, I just like cats, right? I didn't actually, and I swear I didn't prepare this for this, but I always have my cat mask. So here's, I'm coming for your kids. Never mind.
I swear I didn't prepare this. I always have my cat mask.
I'm always prepared for it.
No, because I was going to wear this for the Kiss episode.
Oh.
That's still just funny. Like, no, I thought you were about to pick up your cat for a moment.
Oh,
no. A cat mask.
Yeah, he's right over there if you want him.
If I want him, yeah. Go grab him. No, I'm just kidding. You don't got to grab him. Okay. Where's my cat? She's around.
I wonder if I can get stand up and that the cat guy is always kind of in in like a pose, like he's always kind of like legs.
Oh sure.
Bent like I don't know. I knew these guys who like weightlifted in high school, and they always stood like that whenever they were waiting in line for anything. And I was like, do you get that from working out, or do you get that from working out and then looking in the mirror? So
What if they would have replied with as no, we got it from watching Fortress.
Yeah.
You guys would have then been friends.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, because then I'd be like, wow, you guys have HBO? I didn't think that. All right.
And then you're one of the 1%.
So this is half of the crew. We got the Catman, the Star Child, and the Demon are outside. And then we got Father Christmas. No, the other two characters are a mouse and a duck.
Listen carefully. We have to go with these men. Don't be afraid. I'm sure they mean no harm.
Look at that. You guys see that? He has that.
So what was the? And maybe this just went right over my head when I was watching it. But like, why do they kidnap all these kids?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna bring it up later, but we can bring it up now. That's okay. That is the problem with this movie. Okay. So
good.
The teacher speculates that they want ransom, right? And then in the scene in the van, and I did not clip it. The Father Christmas is with the teacher and the kids in the back of the van, and the other three are in the front of the van, and you can hear them talking about the plot, right? They say, this is a great score because this is 9 kids, 1 phone call, right? So that's how this movie is. This movie respects you as the viewer enough to not have to spell this all out for you. However, I wasn't a dig on you, Corey. But however, I think that they could have shown the phone call. Okay, I think that's the one thing that's missing because later when they go to the elderly folks' home, and not an old folks' home, but the people's home that are in their
they have gray hair.
Yeah,
they've had it for a long time.
The people that they just sped up the life cycle by a few days by visiting them. All right, so but when they're there and they put the kids and the teacher in the barn, you can hear the guys arguing, and that's when we're just gonna give away the whole movie here. There's 4 bad guys. And they get kind of taken out one by one, but the first one to get removed, get voted off the island is the duck, right? And it's hard to know when they're arguing who's whom because you don't see that.
It is. That's the one thing that kind of bugged me because I didn't really care about why this was happening. I was just like here for it, but that one thing did bug me.
Yeah, well, and also that whenever the duck talks, he's kind of talking with a voice. Like, not. I mean, it'd be funny if he was like I can't do a good Daffy, or like a Donald Duck. But no, he does like a kind of voice. And when they're arguing, it sounds like it's the duck guy, and then he dies. So you just have to assume that that's put together. But you'll notice that his voice changes. It's almost like they added it later and he didn't do the voice, but whatever. I'm talking too much about it. But in that scene, what I wanted to get at, Corey, is that he's like, this has gone too far. This was supposed to be a simple job. Yeah. And kind of referencing like we just killed 2 people back there, and who knows how many fish, possibly hundreds of fish, right? and this has gone too far. And he goes, well, he goes, I'm gonna split, and he goes, and so I'm gonna guess it's Father Christmas that says, no, you're not. And he goes, yes, I am. Whose idea was it to say that a kid dies every hour? And that's a huge line to be done off screen as background noise. That's a huge, it's a huge line because this means that you already made that phone call that you referenced earlier in the movie. So I'm not as smart as this movie wants me to be. Who did they call? You don't call the police on yourself. So who did they call?
I mean, that's a good question. And like the movie is an hour 28. I think they probably could have added a couple more scenes, like you're saying, that would have helped my viewing of it a little bit more. Because like, I mean, I don't really remember those lines even ever happening. So,
it
but shame on
and
me.
There was the one scene where they look at the dossiers of each student and they're like, this one's father owns the second largest construction. I want to know who they called, because I'm just not for really the movie's sake. I'm just genuinely curious, because like I said, do you call the police? Like you wouldn't call one parent. He doesn't know who their parents are. Right? So when they said it's 9 kids, 1 phone call, 9 paychecks, 1 phone call, who's the one person you call? Like, does this town have a newspaper? Like, I just don't know who you'd call. And I'm gonna, maybe whatever.
I was gonna say you could call Everett DeRoche. He wrote it. But unfortunately, he passed away, so you can't call him.
And he did write this based on a true story.
He wrote the screenplay. Let's hear the other guy, Gabriel Lord. It doesn't say that he's passed away. Hit him up. Give him a call. Write him a letter.
And I didn't know about the based on a true story thing until Trent brought it up right before we started recording. But it makes sense that it's from the children's point of view. Like, that's how we discover this whole situation. So if you're just a kid who came to class today, like, and I get that that's kind of flawed with the teacher walking to work at the beginning, but like, it's just the discovery, like what you're discovering about yourself and what you're capable of. And I think it's very satisfying. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But yes, at this point, I'm just like, because I remember when I was watching, I was like, when does the stuff start happening? And then I was just like, nearly 90 minutes. I'm like, when did this? When did
it all happen?
Yeah, it just kept happening. It was just nothing but movie.
Yeah,
there was no fluff.
Yeah, this movie's ramp is
it's just constant.
And I tell you what, there's a personality change in this movie to 10 people, right? To 10 individuals, and it's okay. You know that there's a few kids that don't get a lot of screen time in this or whatever, but their arc from going from who they are now to who they are at the end of the movie happens rapidly, but. Okay, but it's okay. It's not like Hayden Christensen's Anakin turning evil. It's not. It's just not. It doesn't feel so.
It didn't take three. It didn't take 3 movies to do it.
And feel rushed.
Yeah, like it feels forced at the end. Yeah, it's like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, like we had to keep him a good guy all the way until whatever. So, and this is way like, and what happens to these kids is way worse than what having a dream about Padme. All right, moving on.
Go quietly to the porch.
Tell me how you really
and
feel.
Pick up your cases.
Okay, so the phone rings and he tells her not to answer it. I just think that this is just me. I'm really not a movie critic professionally or anything, but they could have used that phone, but they don't. They just don't.
Leave it. If I don't answer it, just leave it. Come on, get that bloody van,
I think I'd be the duck.
Dude, that'd be Father Christmas. He owns.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
Oh, you know what? I almost fell into your trap. I got you. I know what you're doing. I'm smarter than the average bear here. Okay. Yeah. You were trying to get me to say that I'd be the cat because the cat's the pervy one that wants to touch Norel. I would want to be cat in mask only.
Not personality or desires.
Not be any type of creepy pervy behaviors, no stances that when no, I almost fell for it, and because you guys planned this out. You were like, he'll never pick the mouse. He will not. He will not. And Corey's like, I better pick the duck just in case. Just in case. Trent has duck-like tendencies sometimes, so I don't know which vote, but we're gonna make him say the.
We almost had him, Cam. We'll get you.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Okay. Okay. So this. If you think that kidnapping these kids was the worst thing they did, no, this is the worst thing they did.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, there's no reason. There's no reason. Burning out on grass again.
Just
Like anything that's going to like damage, there's a van. It's always bad news.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's always good. Like you're gonna damage your under your car. It was.
Yeah, I thought I made a clip of the van, but that's gonna be as good as we're gonna get. But yes, again, just because you have a van, I don't want any van owners sending nasty messages. But I'm not saying that because you own a van that you're gonna kidnap or keep a bunch of kids hostage. I'm just saying that if you're gonna keep a bunch of kids hostage, you probably have a van. There's a
need a van.
There's separate worlds that
You think there's a group out there that like is kind of like they're a van group, but they're not like we're not bad van people, we're good van people. Like you're just kind of saying like don't get mad at us for all those people who don't abduct children with vans.
Or do you think there's people that just have a van because of whatever circumstances, like maybe they deliver flowers or they play drums, whatever it is, and that when they go to anywhere where there may be children, they're just like, we're gonna park way far away. We don't.
Optics.
Nobody needs to see how we got here. Like it's the parade for the March of Dimes. You're like, oh man, I'm just gonna take an Uber. I don't. All right.
My bad. I derailed that one. What's this one? Oh, it's when they're in a cave, right?
Yeah. So we already get to the cave. Oh, you know what? I guess this is another movie.
Hey. Yeah, my bad, guys. I had mentioned that earlier.
Okay, so okay, so I guess this is kind of like the Goonies, where they're in a cave. However, this would be like if the Fratellis really got what was coming to them. All right, moving on. Okay, so we need a fire, right, Miss? Again, adolescent smokers just no good until you need one.
Be nice, but we don't have any matches.
Yeah. Too bad nobody here smokes.
Ouch.
Maybe we could rub
that
two
look
sticks
right
together.
there.
Oh, okay. So this is. I really was gonna put in one of those like memes where it's like you killed him. I didn't want to take such a stupid joke, but Norel. I don't know if you guys heard this because I didn't hear this until like during the pandemic. I rewatched this movie for the first time in a long time, and I caught this line. And I was like, "That is so savage." Okay, so I'll repeat it if you guys can't hear it.
Maybe we could rub two sticks together.
Maybe we could rub Drake's legs together.
We want to make fire, not butter.
Whoa! And so I'm not gonna keep replaying this, but just notice where she is sitting. Like she's not even in the scene. Like she's like
I'll help you, miss. Too bad nobody here smokes.
Maybe
she's
we
like
could rub
in
two
the
sticks
background.
together.
Maybe we could rub Drake's legs together.
We want to make fire, not butter.
Oh, she was sitting on a rock behind him. Like she's not even part of this conversation, and just truth bombs. Just, you know, and so she is.
That might have been the fadeaway, the better fadeaway.
Well, yeah, and I felt bad. I felt bad for this kid. I was like, man, that is harsh in front of everybody. In front of everybody, you know. That just happened, right?
Oh, me too. Thanks, Tommy, but
okay. So now the bad guys put a rock in front of the gate, in front of the cave. They can't get out now, right? So they're gonna see if they can move that
room for
rock.
3, and I think Derek has more bulk.
Ouch! What? What's up with Derek? Why are we? Derek has more bulk. It's a proven fact that nobody wants to be told that they have more bulk. It's just, but anyway, so you start feeling.
Isn't that like muscle though? Like, isn't that like strength?
Maybe, unless you're fat.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
So okay, but I feel just terrible for Derek. Like this is just mean, and we're just picking on him, for no reason. He's an awkward kid, awkward age, whatever. I mean,
and a smoker.
Okay, but maybe
bulky smokers.
Maybe he has what's coming to him.
Okay, kids, we must start to
Oops, I forgot. I put this other scene in here. So she's saying we got to use our brains.
use our brains. What is the first thing we should do?
And we have to establish a pea corner.
Okay, sorry, I put that in there. And that wasn't part of the original movie. I just thought.
I love it. I love it. I love
I just thought the first thing you should do if you're stuck in a cave is establish a pea corner.
Honestly, though, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that wasn't as much of a joke as it was just knowledge to share.
Common sense right there.
Oh, actually, I forgot another Derek scene.
Another PSA for another PSA from we got a PSA with Trent. Make sure you have a pea corner in the cave.
Actually, I have another bad news Derek scene here. So he just tried moving that rock and he's thirsty, right? And so I'll show you.
Oh, jeez, Narelle. This isn't drink, it tastes oily. I've given him my salad dressing, miss. Must have got the wrong bottle here.
Okay, that was absolutely 100% on purpose. 100% on purpose. Okay, so she has vegetable oil, which I'm not, whatever. Why does she have that big of a bottle for her? Like, how big was her salad?
Dressing. Yeah.
Right? And also, those two bottles are two completely different shapes. The whatever the drinkable bottle is has a label on it. Like you can feel that. I know they're in a dark cave, but I feel that was on purpose. I mean, I get it. It was to propel the plot because we need that oil to make our lanterns. But anyway, but poor Derek. But I'm gonna tell you, like,
Tricked you, Derek. Good one, Narelle. You better not try that again, Narelle.
I keep wanting to get to Derek, and I forgot what order I put these clips in. All right, I mentioned earlier that there was two things that people remember if you meet somebody who knows this movie. One is that it was on HBO. That is like its notable thing. It was on HBO. The other is this song. Okay, so this is a song that we had to sing. Like people that are in their 90s, I had to sing when they were in school. But we didn't sing it like this. We sang it with slightly, like this is the Australian version. So they're saying a ram, sam, sam. We, in my school in northern Minnesota, up in the north, we sang a rum, sum, sum, a rum, sum, sum, a gooly, 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 rum, sum, sum. And anyway, so what I'm talking about is however, that song can come up in a regular conversation, somebody who has seen this movie will go, have you ever seen the movie Fortress? Because they say Ram Sam Sam. Anyway, that's my little.
No, that would.
And in the second verse, you guys said gray duck, but they said wombat.
And they were like duck, duck, goose, and we're like, that's the stupidest thing ever.
Wombat.
He's not even trying. All right.
Call me Bulk.
Hands up there.
All right. Here we go. This is what. Okay, so you feel bad for Derek until this one moment. So she's gonna ask her who can swim.
As you can swim.
Toby can't swim. Can't, so.
All right.
So he's like, Toby can't swim. Toby is allergic to the motion of swimming in the water. We're gonna chastise Toby for can't swim. And who said all of that? Derek. Well, one more time. Here we go.
Hands up those who can swim.
Toby can't swim. Can't, so.
All right.
Come on. I don't like going underwater. Can't you swim?
Then what was all that grandstanding for? You know what?
You pick your battle, buddy.
You deserve some of the attacks that you. I mean,
a little bit.
Yeah. Like
I don't feel bad for him no more.
I just don't get it. I like what I don't know.
You can't swim. I get scared of the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even I was like, oh, his excuse is going to be that it's too cold. And then they're going to make another, well, but you got a few layers of blubber, right?
And then he goes, no, flubber. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah. Will Wheaton was in it. No.
And we can analyze this outside of our, education as much as we want, but there is some, I don't know what it is, but there's something about who here can swim. I can, that kid can't, but then actually, no, it's me that can't. Everybody here is proficient swimmers, minus myself. I have no idea why I did all of that just now. Yeah. And also, when they got to the other side, if I was Sid, I'd have been like, he can't swim. Hey, Toby. Toby, after we kill all these people, we're gonna have a race, and it's gonna be Toby versus Derek.
Yeah.
Across the I don't know any rivers.
Across the pond or whatever. Yeah, the river.
I was gonna mention a Australian river, and then I realized that my knowledge of
you don't know too many Australian.
Famously 90% desert.
I mean the Melbourne River.
Yeah, you can just make one.
Sure,
up.
yeah. Melbourne.
I probably even said it wrong. Yeah.
Kangaroo Creek.
Kangaroo Creek. Headed down to Kangaroo Creek.
Okay. I included this scene just because that we get this is like the one scene where we get to see all of our furry friends.
Yeah, I definitely would be the duck.
No, it's just, again, savage that all these kids are just starving and they have to, these guys are just eating in front of them.
So they went into a cave, all right? So they captured him. They put him in a cave. They escaped the cave. They captured him again. Like, well, I guess, did they know that they were going to escape from the cave?
No.
You think?
No, because the kids were like, can we get some of that food? And they're like, no, your food is back at the cave. We get there with your food and you're gone. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. They just that. Yep.
But this implies that they've already made that phone call that we don't, because they're gonna reference that phone call in about 85 seconds, right? But what's weird is that they ever went to this house in the first place, the bad guys. Because if they had made that phone call, you'd think that people would be scrambling, around, and this town clearly doesn't have a lot of people. So going to every house and seeing if they've seen these kids or seen anything that happened probably has already happened, even if they only called them 15 minutes ago. I mean, I guess I don't know what size the police force is here, but I wouldn't think it would matter, right? Oops, I keep hitting this button that advances it too far. There we go. I like that Catman has to turn around. It's just like
I did like that scene a lot, actually, for cinematography and just how they were conscious about turning the chairs and everything, taking their mask off and facing away. I thought that was a cool touch with the director.
And also having all of the kids just be like there's that the wall, the partial wall into that dining room. The kids are on the other side. There's this, we're separating from the fed to the hungry, and there's this movie does a great job of making you feel.
and the super annoying filter, like the aerator in the tank.
Oh, yeah.
The whole time it's just like the exact same level, and it doesn't change where it is in the mix. It's just always there, and you're like, it's just anxiety inducing.
Like somebody do something about those fish, and then you're like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Anyway,
these slime-sucking animals, you deserve to die.
So these kids are changing, right?
I'm the king of the castle. We'll get those dirty rascals. We'll get the dirty rascals. We'll get the dirty rascals.
I like the war drum.
Yeah, the music. It's kind of like the music from Pin. Really, if we're gonna, but it's definitely better because it has like a more of a like a cultural theme. Like it tries to give you that country spirit, but then it has these synths to tell you that danger is happening, and I like it. That's the kind of thing I like. So for those who haven't seen this movie before, they make a bunch of traps for their captors that they have escaped from. Like they're not back at the same cave. They're on a mountain now, in a different cave, and they actually kill. At this point, they've killed one of them. They killed the cat, right? I love this. Like they go all MacGyver, and they took their cans and they're making tips for their spears.
And I do also love that at this point, the clips actually kind of make a good point of this. If you haven't watched it, if you just dropped into this movie at this point, like you just turned on HBO, you're like, oh, this is going to be a wacky little fun adventure that they're going to go on. Like,
right.
Yeah, and I just love that. It's gradual but steady, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
bloody brilliant murder machine.
So this is after they so two down, right? Duck's down because the bad guys killed the duck. The kids and the teacher killed the cat. So we got Mouse and Santa left, right? They just killed the mouse, right? Oh, he was kind of pervy too, though. Yeah, because he was like, Norel, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
We killed it! We got it!
So excited.
That's and the drums and everything. This is when if you were like half watching this movie, this is where you sit up and go, okay, wait a second. I am now. You got me. We turned. This is where like it's kind of like Breaking Bad, where it's wrong. You know what they're doing isn't good, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, it's Australian. It's fine. Also, I love the like side plot with the kid who's healing. It reminded me of two South Park episodes. One is the SARS episode where Randy gets the Sprite in the chicken noodle soup and he's all of a sudden better. And then it also reminded me of the one where Stan has to coach the hockey team because the one kid's dying from cancer. And like it's like the opposite though. It's like, oh, you guys killed him? I feel so great inside. It's just like
I will absolutely admit that the other night when I was making these clips that I clipped how he wouldn't get out of bed in the morning in the beginning of the movie, right? And I was gonna make my planned comment was, this kid lays down for most of the movie. But then I was like, that's too dumb of a joke, and then who cares? All right. So they killed Santa, right? So I mean,
finally got him.
So what a turn of events, right? Mm-hmm. So the hunt the hunters become the hunted. Right. This absolutely. I mean, any review you read of this movie, they mention Lord of the Flies, and that is a pretty safe. I just think that when you're backed into a corner, you gotta attack, right? Like I saw this video that actually not that long ago, within like the last 6 months, where they put a mouse in a container with 3 scorpions, and that mouse ends up killing one scorpion and taking to another scorpion's arm off before it actually loses. But it's like, wait a second, you put 3 deadly species in with this little mouse, this little field mouse, but it's like, but you back something into a corner, it's going to change its mentality. It's going to change as soon as that mouse realized that there was no getting out of this, it went feral, right?
When did this become an alpha mindset podcast?
Thank you.
We should be smoking cigars.
It's funny because I maybe I'm getting too deep for this. Maybe it's not as funny, but
I like it, Trent. No.
I mean, I want to. I really loved their fortress. We're past that now because we're at the end, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, the fortress, obviously the name of the movie, but like it was so cool. That was probably my favorite part of the movie, honestly. Like, I just loved how creative they were putting everything together. They had the stick with the big old rock and all the spikes everywhere. It was just a cool thing, and it's like a little fort.
Well, and also, like, just about every movie that steals a little bit from another movie just gets blasted. How stupid that is. They take it from Swiss Family Robinson. If you've ever seen the Disney Swiss Family Robinson, it's almost the same.
Is it?
Traps. I mean, instead of them falling into a pit with spikes, it's a pit with a live tiger in a Disney family movie, right? They put a live tiger so that the cannibals fall in it, right? But and even though they're all borrowed things, like some of these are like kind of Gilligan's Island, but they actually mentioned Gilligan's Island. The one kid's like, we shouldn't be killing these people Gilligan's on right now, right? This movie gets a pass because it's children, and like as Ken mentioned, you are really looking this from a child's mindset, right? Like you anything that they come up with, even if it's been done in another movie, in this movie it came up with from that child's mind, right? So I am getting too deep in this movie, but I just have this 1 minute and 18 seconds of clips left. I just want to show these. First we'll show this. This is where Tommy gets her.
Yeah, the little prank at the end.
Okay, but at the fortress back at the hill, he didn't die with that mask on. He put it on a stick, on one of the stakes, to like as a message, like we're here, we're coming. Kids, change your diapers. We're coming to get you, right? But that mask was all torn up, and now this one's pretty clean. So what I'm going to guess is that their party central or their party city, their party city, their Halloween Express, is just animal masks and Santa masks and sexy plumbers. Like that's just that's just what they have. That's what's available. So he got her pretty good, right? Because the one way to scare people is to dress as their person that nearly killed them, and in the teacher's instance, almost sexually assaulted her too. So like really, like he pulled the right card. He played the right card.
Very funny, Tommy. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, because you know what I'm capable of. But speaking of which, so look at her demeanor from this point on, all smiles. Well, and then like the feds come in and she gets a little serious. But do you see what the difference between this and the beginning of the movie? And I cheated this movie for so long by not noticing it. That scene where she looks at that train, you know what was leaving on that train? Any amount of respect that she can get from anybody. She can't get it from her students. When she gets to class at the beginning of the day, if in the beginning of the movie, she mentions multiple times, come on, do we have to do this every day? Do I have to tell Derek to not poke this girl with a ruler every day? Come on. And the mom at the house she stays in is telling her that she I would hate your job too, you know. And you don't get to. We're gonna have a vacation here in just 2 weeks. Are you going anywhere? No. Her life is miserable because nobody gives her the time of day, any type of respect. And now she has it. She has self-respect because she took out her captors.
Corey, do you have them? Yeah. It's like it needs to be a mic drop.
that was.
I don't know. I felt like I watched this movie 30 times and never thought that, and now I can't unsee it.
That wins for greatest rant on our podcast so far. Like that was. I mean, look at her face though. She is completely different than what she was in the beginning of the movie. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you pointing that out to me and everyone who's watching.
Yeah, Rachel Ward is a good actress.
And, I mean, let's not forget about her role in Sharky's Machine. All right?
All right. Okay. So I remember in the beginning of the movie where she was like, come on, guys, you're sleeping. You got to wake up. Stop. She sends Tommy to the back of the room because he won't stop fiddling. And look all the respect she not just that she has, but what she can get from her students.
Now, let me see who's the best.
Pin drop.
You all are. Everybody has an early mark. Off you go then.
You see that? Like the confidence this woman has now. Because she refused to be the victim. Right? I just want to show one thing. I'm not trying to watch this whole scene. Come on. I missed it. I'm just going to have one more chance.
Now, let me see who's the best.
One more chance to pause it right here. Okay, this was I'm not going to go all the way back to the beginning, but this was not in the beginning scene. This is the remnants of what happens when this kind of thing would happen to somebody. On the board here, bush survival, and it explains how you're going to get food, how you're going to get water, how you're going to know your direction, how you're going to get shelter. Wow, right? This is going to become part of their curriculum. Because
and wow, how did you see all this?
I had my neighbor put it on his TV.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
You all are. Everybody has an early mark. Off you go then.
Get it like 36? Oh yeah. Last one has to take
Oh, I didn't put the Fed scene in here. But real quick, I'm just gonna tell you that there's two endings to this movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the ending. I'll tell you about the alternate ending, which I seem to find more often than the original ending. But the other ending is like the feds come. Both movies, it's the same scene. There's just a little difference. Okay, the feds come and they're saying there's some anomalies, right? And I have a problem with that scene just because what they're saying is like, hey, your story doesn't line up with what happened. Because we went when they did the autopsy on this guy, an animal didn't pick this guy apart after you guys stabbed him, right? Like something happened to this person, and she's like, well, since you don't have enough to back it up, then I guess you just be left unsaid, right? Like in Spinal Tap, like bizarre gardening accident. The authorities thought it'd be just better left unsolved or whatever. But In the alternate movie ending, the kids kind of slowly come into the room and they all have their spears, and it's really dumb. But the cool thing with that ending is they do like a flashback of when the federal agent guy, or whoever they are, the detective. I don't think they're just regular detectives. But when they're talking about what's wrong with this body they found, the kids are having a flashback of them killing Father Christmas, and it's far more graphic than what we saw in the movie, right? But that ending just is dumb. It just is dumb because it's like these kids are just forever evil. No, it's a far better ending that these kids. This is just something that these people share between themselves, between their group, in their little circle, and it never gets brought up to anybody else because it's none of their business. They don't know what we felt. They don't know what we experienced. They don't know what we saw. You weren't there, man. You don't know. And so, but this movie has the coolest last scene I challenge somebody to find me a better scene than this. So she's about to walk out of the room. She takes one step back and she looks at this with pride. She hears the kids singing. She knows that those kids can sing because of their actions and their bravery that day. So this is their science lab. There's that fox or whatever it is that we show in the beginning.
You'll be leaving school soon, I suppose. Oh, you bet.
Coyote, I suppose. Sorry. Right there. I love this little fade out to like the saturated, and then it's the beating heart.
Mm-hmm. That's the ending I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the ending. Cam, did you watch it on YouTube?
Yeah, I also saw that, and I texted Trent because he told me to see, or told me to tell him if I saw the jars.
Oh yeah, and you texted me at
forgot about that.
You texted me like 8:30, and I didn't. I was driving, and I got home at like 11:30, and I was like, I'm not gonna text him back, and then I didn't think about it again until just now when you said that you texted me. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to leave you on red.
But I do remember like a scene of them all like holding the spikes and everything, like standing over. Was that who the last guy, the Santa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, well, that was the same ending I saw. That was a pretty cool ending.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like it probably as much as everybody, but maybe I need to watch it a few more times and like really get it. Like I like it more now.
Is it because you don't like ducks?
I love ducks. I just don't like cats.
You don't like Santa. You hate Santa. Well, no. Sometimes it's okay to hate Santa. If you're like he's trying to kidnap you.
I like the movie more now than I did when I watched it after hearing you explain all these things. Like, okay, it's a pretty in-depth movie. Let's bump it up. I'm gonna bump it up. But I mean, my final thoughts on this movie.
Well, really, hold on.
Oh my goodness, am I going too fast?
Hold on. No. So is today? Let's just talk about this for just a second. Is today the return of HSW? I got that text this morning, and I'm telling you, I wasn't doing anything at that time, and I said, what's HSW? And I looked at the clock. And it took me 7 minutes of nothing but concentrating on that one thing. I'm not saying it was like I heard it and then 7 minutes later it clicked. I'm talking about 7 minutes of picking that apart, going, what does that mean? And then I figured it out, and I was like, that's just. I need more sleep. I need more sleep.
Awesome. Not on this one though. Not on Fortress. Yeah. My final thoughts on Fortress is like if you like a mix of like Goonies and like Children of the Corn, this is your movie right here. Like, check it out. Gosh, I'm bumping it up 2 whole points after you, but I had it at a 4. I'm gonna be honest with you because I did not like it. So I'm gonna bump it up to a 6. And watch, Trent's still gonna be lower than mine. I looked at Cam when I said that. 6 out of 10. That's what I got. So I'm gonna pass it to Cam. We'll hear Trent last.
Yeah, really, really great experience. Like I said, I did have that moment where I was like, when are things gonna start happening? And then at the end, I was like, when did things not happen? And then yeah, that final scene was wonderful. But yeah, and the music very good as well. I think it deserves a 7. I had a really good time. I'll probably watch it again in the near future because it's fun and good.
Is this going to be Trent's highest score ever, or is this going to be like lower than mine? What?
No, it's going to be the highest score yet.
Oh my goodness.
I know, and I'm torn with this because I actually like Rad better because I like Rad is more like a daily dose kind of thing. Yeah. But you spin this movie maybe once a year or every other year. It's a good ride. I'm gonna give it 9. One for every kid. One for every kid who had to endure that day.
Wav, do you have the score?
Oh yeah. You do? You go ahead.
Well, this I was surprised. I think this is the highest IMDb score we've had of anything we've watched. Was a solid 7. Yeah. And I was pretty validated when it was a 7.
But
I do agree that it's better than Over the Top.
Ooh.
No, it's better than Over the Top. It is.
Absolutely.
But only 3,500 people have.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
It.
Yeah.
So I mean, is it? It's probably a 7. Well, it's a 7. I don't give it a 7, but I don't have the nostalgic with it.
Well, and then I know we've been using
or the song. I didn't sing the song either.
The
song, yeah.
The which song?
The song that you used to
Rum
sing.
Sum Sum.
Up north. Yeah, Rum Sum Sum. Yeah.
Up north there.
Yeah.
Up north there.
Oh, Ram Sam Sam Rum Sum Sum.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I bet I've had 15 conversations where somebody said, "You remember that song Ram Sam Sam?" And it wasn't even always me that I said, or they go Rum Sum Sum, and I go, but somebody will go, "Have you ever seen the movie Fortress?" Anyway, it's
so, hold on. Were you guys kidding? Is it really based on true events or true stories?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell. Like, I know we're really dry sometimes, but I wasn't. So I'm like, are they kidding? I don't know. Okay.
Well, I've never made a joke.
It's always just straight, no jokes. Oh man.
I already forgot what I was going to say, but I do want to mention that you know what's bizarre is that this movie is not on HBO Max. It's an HBO movie. Why isn't it on?
Really?
Why isn't it not on Max? Why do we still have to watch this grainy, obviously ripped from VHS? Actually, I mean maybe it's I don't know, whatever.
I didn't think it was too awful. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, what I was gonna say was we base everything on over the top, right? But here's why this movie needs to be above it. Because if you minus Toby, if you took any kid from Fortress and put him as Michael Cutler, any of them, then Over the Top would have been better. Because these kids are good actors, even though like that kid who played Sid didn't do anything else. Like maybe he was traumatized. Maybe I don't know.
It was actually a documentary. Okay,
and then last thing is Corey brought up Die Hard in the first movie.
Toy Soldier, yeah.
But and people always make the joke about Christmas movie. How come this isn't regarded as a Christmas movie? I know Cam's synopsis mentioned it, but I mean this needs to be taken more seriously as a
petition.
As a holiday movie.
we should make one.
But it would be crazy if it's like something that they watch down there, like during the week of.
Earlier, that is actually a Christmas movie.
Well, I guess they mentioned that the holidays coming up and everything. I assume the holiday was Christmas, and it is summer.
Oh no,
down there.
Cam, I think they meant like holiday as in vacation.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, it couldn't have been both.
I don't know. I think it's because it's summer. I don't
know. Okay. I imagine that Christmas in the middle of summer break.
Weird.
That'd be pretty sick.
That kind of makes you second guess what the effectiveness of Santa at that point. Then.
Yeah. No, I did. I kind of thought about that. Like, why is he like in a hat and big beard? Like, wouldn't he shave to get?
Because the only other mask was like a pink bunny, and he was like, "Nope, I ain't doing it."
No.
All right. Or one of the what about Toy Soldiers? I'm not going first on this one. To go first, I'm gonna have Trent. You're going first. Back to back.
Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers.
It's not going to get as good of a score as Fortress, even though they are So we didn't tie the two movies together. The movie, the anti-smoking message, but then we need the smoker to move to get us out of the situation that we're in.
That was the most obvious connection, I think.
And then the vans, right?
Yep.
And then and I can't believe I didn't mention it. We're not going to dial back to it, but when the kids had to swim underneath in the cave, what were they wearing?
Yep,
they were wearing their underwear. These are the underwear movies, people. All right,
I need to think more of these when I'm watching them. Like, what is Trent? How is he connecting these movies? And see if I can guess.
All right, so I'm gonna give it a 7.
That's a healthy score.
I'm gonna give it 1 point for every dozen shots Will Wheaton fired at that other guy, and the other guy fired back. All right, 7.
I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I mean, this is where HSW comes back. and I'm giving
which stands for High Score Wavanak. I'll save everybody 7 minutes.
I gave it an 8. That was my first gut reaction. I really like this movie. 24,000 people have ranked this, almost 25,000 on IMDb. So, but the average on IMDb. Oh crap! I'll tell you in a second, Cam. What do you?
I'll give it a 6. Pretty good, but yeah, not much to say. It's just fun little thriller.
Thriller, action.
And I like that they put.
Underwear.
I do like that. I know I said I didn't have any final thoughts, but then I just come up with some. I do like that they got Sean Astin to be in it because it's a unique role because you rarely ever get to see him be the underdog that has to overcome adversity, right? Like you just don't. And I think that we said we don't know where the location is. I'm thinking that it's at Notre Dame. And so,
that's definitely where it is.
And Notre Dame, that's a college in the Shire, right?
Yeah. He never gets to play that character that has to win against all odds, and so it's nice for him to get to break out and do something different for once.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's it. I mean, Cam, did you have anything else?
What was the overall
the audience?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. 6.6 out of 10. Yeah. So, but so Fortress wins 7. They have 7.
It's the new leader.
The new leader, and that's Trent's newest high score. What's your high score? Oh, it's the dark backward, isn't it? Yeah. Anything else, folks?
No, this is a good one. This was fun.
That was good.
It's fun.
So, it wasn't as funny. It's not as funny. It's no Kenny Rogers episode. But,
they can't all be Kenny Rogers episodes. Well, thanks again for hanging out. Of course, obviously, click like and subscribe. We always got to do that. So, anyways, thanks, guys, for hanging out on Do You Remember This Movie?
Or this TV show.
Very funny. You're gonna get it.
Do you remember this movie? Or this TV show.